About 12 years ago, I noticed changes happening in my health. And I had been very strong for personal reasons, but also for professional reasons. I was a fitness instructor, nutritional advisor, massage therapist, clinical aromatherapist, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed I did a fun run for a friend who had cancer. And I had to walk it. It was only 5 kilometers, and I ended up having to walk some of it, and that was really strange for me, and it was really disconcerting. This was about 12 years ago. And then I noticed some other times when I didn't want a bike ride, and I used to cycle and run regularly, and I just didn't have the strength to do these things. And then a few months later, it came on me like a tsunami, and my health just completely bottomed out, and I was literally unrecognizable to myself. It affected my endocrine system. I couldn't sleep. I would maybe have 4 hours of broken sleep a night. I couldn't lift my arms above my head. I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't clothe myself. I couldn't feed myself. I could barely walk. I had balance issues. Even just thinking about it now, it's crazy. Constant tinnitus. It affected my digestive system. I became hyperallergic to all sorts of food. I couldn't touch so many different foods. And it was terrifying. And I lost all energy. I struggled to, became hypersensitive to light and to sound. So I couldn't go out because everything hurt me. And I was in pain all the time, debilitating pain, really. And I did a lot of research, and initially I pushed through, because we have this idea that if you've got poor health, that the very thing to do is work harder. Anyway, it took 2.5 years before they gave me a proper diagnosis of ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, and fibro. And during that time, I was really concerned that I could have MS. And my fear and my understanding at that time, it's not my understanding now, but my fear then was that if I had MS, that it was incurable. And I was terrified that I had this really sharp mind, but actually, having said I had a sharp mind, at that stage it wasn't sharp, but I was still coherent. But my comprehension was impaired, my learning, my cognition was impaired, all of that. But I didn't want, if it was possibly a MS, I didn't want to have that and be trapped in my body and have this mind. I imagined that would feel like slow suicide. So I requalified in coaching, and I learned a lot that was really very valuable to me. And then I went on to do another coaching program, and I've been studying for the last 11 years and really learned some invaluable things and created some amazing communities that have been very helpful. And I started meditating daily 9 years ago. And it has been invaluable to my recovery, and I made a lot of other changes. I've known about Dr. Joe's work for a long time, and I've always been interested and followed it, but I've never, I guess I was so busy with the other 3-dimensional approaches, matter to matter, trying to change things, and I'd had a level of success, but we know that matter to matter takes a lot of time, takes a long time. And so, earlier this year, I just thought I wanted to immerse myself in it, so I started doing the work, and then I heard that Dr. Joe was coming to London, so I attended a 1-day event, and I asked a good friend of mine to come with me because I was concerned how I would cope just going to London for a Saturday. And I've just done an entire week with 3 hours sleep a night, and I have not felt this fantastic for maybe 20 years. But since earlier this year, I think since after I saw Dr. Joe in May, I've meditated twice a day now, without exception, and sometimes more, sometimes 3 times a day as well. And I've had other strange health concerns going on. I've been having a lot of investigation and scans and barium meals and things going on as well. and discovered that also that I had acid reflux. And over this week, I have had absolutely no symptoms whatsoever. None. None. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I mean, I had part of the ME was that I'm trying to work out which arm it is. This arm, you see, I had to try and work out which arm it was. For years, this arm was really sore, and I couldn't lift, I couldn't use my arm. I lost 90% use of my arm. And this year, since I've been doing the meditation, that has, I don't even think about it. I had to now think about which arm it was. And more recently, this arm I couldn't lift, I couldn't get back either. And I have a slight twinge over the front of the deltoid, I think it is. But other than that, I have full use of my arm. And I have all my energy. I mean, I think for me, one of the things that are most significant is part of being so seriously ill all those years was I had a massive sense of grief. Yeah, I'm feeling it coming up now. I had an enormous sense of grief and loss because I didn't ever know whether I'd be able to travel again, whether I'd be able to have a relationship, whether I'd be able to, what kind of future, if I even had a future. And that really dampened my my outlook on life. It dampened my personality. It was really a massive suppressant. And I've had personal issues ongoing which have done a lot to undermine my health. They've been very stressful and they've undermined my health. But now I feel like I've had such a massive, it almost seems so small, but it's not so small, it's so enormous. I've had this complete biological upgrade, and with it my emotions are in a very, it's been completely rejigged. And it's not something that I could have done on my own. It was the one thing that I knew about coming here. It was one of the most attractive things for me, not attractive, the most desirable things for me about coming, was that I can do a lot on my own, but there's a limit compared to when you're in a group of coherent heart, mind, collaboration. It's just the energy is massively amplified, and things are possible that just aren't possible on our own. And I know that that's had some effect. To what degree, I don't know, but I feel like I've been ramped up massively. So I want to say thank you to the Give to Give Foundation for creating itself, and for whoever created the foundation in the first place, and for choosing me, for whatever made you choose to give it to me, to award me. I can never say how much that means, but I can guarantee you I will pass it forwards. And to anybody else who is maybe feeling stuck on your own, you don't need to be, and just go for it. Just put yourself forward, value yourself, esteem yourself, and just be your own hero, your own heroine. And the more we do this, I think the more that life will step up to support us. So thanks to the Give to Give Foundation and the team and Dr. Joe for this incredible work and this life-changing place where I find myself today.